still and know. For God is here. This divine, almighty, powerful presence is here. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. And the power of God supports us. This time is blessed. This time is ours. This time is our moment of knowing. This service is blessed. All of us are that blessing. And we move in this light together. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Janie. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you. Can we say thank you to Janie? Good morning. Good morning. My name is Charlene Kushner. I'm a ministerial intern right here at Centers for Spiritual Living, Temecula Valley. So it's my joy and honor to welcome everyone here, everyone online. Hello. Hello. We have such a wonderful Sunday celebration prepared for us this morning. So we have Mike Castro with us. Thank you, supporting us. We have practitioner Dr. Clark supporting us with our congregational songs. And we also have beloved White Feather. We are stealing him away from Menifee this morning with his musical gift of his talent of the wind instruments and the drums. So I'm very excited. So welcome. Centers for Spiritual Living Temecula Valley is a welcoming, inclusive, diverse community. All are welcome here. Every envision of God is welcome here. So I tend to think that there are as many beliefs and visions of God as there are people on this planet. We all have our own unique embodiment of what God is for us. And so we honor that, and we love each other here. Remember the truth of our being, right? That's what we do. We come here together to commune and remember. So I'm excited that we're here today. I think we're going to begin this morning with our congregational song. So I'll ask Pat Clark to come up and lead us in that with Mike. And the lyrics are on the screen. All right. Service, we begin with gratitude. And I love this moment of gratitude as part of our service. It centers us, reminds us, and I feel it just like kerplunks us into our feeling sense of our body. And so if you're at home and you're able to close your eyes, put down that cup of coffee or tea, here, if you wouldn't mind joining me and just gently closing the eyes. Gently closing. And we are going to witness the wonder of nature today. Open our awareness to it. And so in our moment of gratitude, I would ask that you consider the center point of your life. Could be your home. It could be just imagining this physical structure that we're in here as Center for Spiritual Living, Temecula Valley, this building, this ground it is laid on. And take a moment to think of all the hands, all the materials, everything it took to create this center point, this axis mundi, the center pole of your life. It protects, it supports, and think about how much it took for people and for nature to create this structure around us. How good it is to remember the tree, the light energy that fostered that tree so it could give of itself for this structure. For all the hands and artists and designers and crafters to put it together. How amazing is that? So just take a breath and deepen into gratitude for your center point, wherever that may be. And remember to care for it, to honor it, and to love it. So take another breath and come back and open the eyes. And I hope we can take that with us through the week. Whatever structure we're in, wherever we're at, think about everything it took to create it. All that was given to make it. So I'd like Janie Curry, our practitioner of service today, to lead us in a reading.
The reading today comes from Emerson's Essays. There's a chapter on nature. So I'm going to read a bit from page 389. Nature is always consistent. Though she feigns to intervene, have her own laws. She keeps her laws and seems to transcend them. She arms and equips an animal to find its place and living in the earth. And at the same time, she arms and equips another animal to destroy it. The cycle of life. Space exists to divide creatures, but by clothing the sides of a bird with a few feathers, she gives him a pretty omnipresence. The direction is forever onward, but the artist still goes back for materials and beginnings, and again with the first elements on the most advanced stage, otherwise all going to ruin. If we look at her work, it seems to catch a glimpse of a system in transition. Her plants are the young of the world vessels of health. But they grew together toward consciousness. The trees are imperfect, but they are like men, and sometimes seem to bemoan their imprisonment, rooted in the ground. The animal is the novice and probationer of a more advanced order. The men, though young, have tasted the first drop from the cup of thought, and already are there. The maples and ferns are still uncorrupt, yet no doubt when they come to consciousness, they too will curse and swear. For flow happens, feelings happen, and the beautiful generations for now and for our future have our own time, for we are all in service.
Lovely. Thank you, Jamie. That was perfect. We are talking about, yes, we can give a little hand for that. Because we are talking about nature today, and I love Emerson. He is one of my people, that's for sure. All right. Well, it is my joy and honor to welcome up Whitefeather. And so I called him for a quick bio. There's a depth and breadth to him that is long, so I'm going to give the cliff notes of the bio because there's a lot there. So, Whitefeather, his origins are from the Rainapi Nation. He has a deep history with this tribe. His grandmother was a medicine woman for the tribe, and he has been verified, his family lineage has been verified by tribal historians going back to past King Powhatan back into the early 1800s. So deep and long ancestral history there for him. He has had many visions throughout his lifetime. Through the smoke, he has seen dancers with elk heads, deer heads, bear heads, and he saw once a white buffalo head. And he saw himself looking back at himself. He felt and knew that he was on his shamanic journey. So he's had additional images, 8-foot-tall flute players, no talking, the old guards. He received the message from them, you are one of us. So he has been delivered here to this time and place to bring the ancient sounds to us. His certifications include shamanic healer and sound vibration practitioner. He loves nature and all of animal life. He has many CDs, and you can stream his music on all the streaming platforms, and you go to see him at Spiritual Flute of Whitefeather. So it is my honor and pleasure for us to call up Whitefeather today.
Thank you very much, brothers and sisters. It has really been truly an honor to be here today with all of my brothers and sisters, because we are living in the eternal light of God. Knowing that we take every step in a very sacred way, in a very honorable way, and we respect the earth as we are one with it. Knowing that each one of our journeys continues on, and we're here in the here and the now. So it was a very interesting morning on Tuesday morning of this week. Stepped outside about 6 o'clock, taking in all the sacred bird sounds that were all surrounding me. And I looked down at my coffee cup, and there was an actual bee on it. So I looked at the bee and I said, thank you for joining me on this sacred journey. Probably about 2 minutes later, a male hummingbird showed up. It had no color on its face. And it literally looked at me, and we were having this meditation vibe going on. The hummingbird was like, good morning, Whitefeather. How are you doing? I said, okay, that's sounding really, this is really turning into be a good day. And then my actual spirit totem showed up a minute later, the red-tailed hawk. And it looked at me and it talked with me. And basically he told me, this is going to be a wonderful day in your eternal light walking this planet. So today I have a song for you called Connected to Earth Mother Gaia.
I love him, and he's tremendous, but because we have been contemplating wonder. Everyday wonder has been the theme this year for CSL, and this month has been nature, and today we are going deep into nature. Are we ready? Yes. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, we're going deep into nature, okay? So my talk title is, I Serve and Protect All Life, Come Walk My Beat with Me. And I liked my little image because I'm really a hippie, I'm really a flower child at heart, so I love my image. And the talk title from CSL, their sample talk title today was like, the slimy, the fuzzy, the wormy, and I was the crawly, and I was like, no. I like this much better. Let's walk a beat together on this planet, right? So today we are going to be explorers. And I love that Dr. Ernest Holmes, founder of Science of Mind and Spirit, knew way back in the 20s that we needed to be open at the top. We could not be this. We must be this. Because we think we're so smart, and we are. We're smart. But I think we're finding that, as science and math continue to deepen and to explore the realms of this universe, we're finding out that we know very little about our natural reality. And nature keeps showing up and saying, I got more for you, I got more for you. So we're going to explore a little bit that today, and hopefully think about our communion, our union with natural reality or nature. Okay, so we're going to be explorers. We're going to be like, remember Phoebe from Friends when she was running in the park all crazy, right? Or the Wiggle Man at the car lot. Let's shake it out. We're going to be open at the top, so we're shaking it out. Hello? If I have to do it, you have to. Shake, shake, shake. We're going to be open, right? Loosen up the body. White feather got us all calm. We're going to be open. All right, thank you. All right. Because there's a Buddhist saying, and Ted says it more eloquently than I, gate, gate, para gate, para samagate. It's beyond the beyond. Beyond even that. Beyond even further. Beyond that. Beyond the beyond. And I want us to think like that today. Beyond the beyond. Because there's so much more to our life that we know. The depths of the ocean. Look at what the satellite images that we just got a few weeks ago about just star nebulas that are being born and have been born. We know so very little. And I want us to lean into ourselves, to think in a broader way. And so I'm going to have little animals up, okay? Because I went and explored all the interesting, fantastic animals of just this plane of existence, and there were so many that I don't even know about. And so I'm putting some up because we're going to have some fun, and we can at least look at those today. So I love Dr. Ernest Holmes, and he knew that Science of Mind and Spirit would walk. He wanted, the first opening lines of the Science of Mind textbook are, he looks forward to the day when science and religion, I'm going to say spirituality, when science and spirituality walk hand in hand, supporting each other, validating each other, verifying. And I know that day is coming. It's actually, I think, here. Quantum mechanics is proving it every day. What Albert Einstein called spooky. That was his term for quantum. He was like, it's flippin' spooky. So let's just sit in the wonder of it today. Dr. Ernest Holmes has this statement, and I think I have a quote for this, about being open at the top. We have two possibilities. We can be so narrow that we never grow, or we can be so broad that we have no depth. It is up to us to find the place in between, which gives freedom, without giving the freedom to destroy the freedom, which makes the freedom possible. Right? We have to keep our minds open at the top for a new influx of wisdom, and we have to set up a sign which says, stop, look, and listen. Does this that I believe measure up to truth? Spiritual principle. For there are certain inevitabilities that the ages have declared to be true. There are certain inevitabilities that the mystics, the ages have declared to be true. The mystics knew it way, way back. They knew spiritual truth. The indigenous peoples knew spiritual truth. They knew it. They felt it. They had it in their bones. And then we come along with books and stuff and think we're all smart and, we know. We know so little. And so we do need to be open at the top. Now, in Science of Mind and Spirit, one of our core beliefs is called panentheism, which basically means the eternal, the overall arching transcendent spirit, God, cosmic muffin, whatever you call it, right? And also the intimate. It's both. It's broad, and it's also intimate and close. It's both at the same time. God is all there is. God is the essence of creation, but also transcends its creation. God involves itself in its creation. So in Science of Mind and Spirit, we ascribe to, when we talk about God, it's it. Right? It's not, I don't personalize it with a she or he or a man or a woman. Now you can, that's fine. We all have our own, like I said, we all have our own individual ways of thinking about God, and that's fine. That's fine. But what's on the screen right now, Ted? Name one animal. Is there an animal up there right now? What's up there? One animal. A moth?
No, it's the first one, the dolphin.
Okay, a dolphin.
Yeah.
Could God be a dolphin? Yes. So with each slide, I'm going to call into my mind that instead of an it or a man or a woman, I'm going to think of God as a dolphin. I'm going to think of God as a beautiful, big, cosmic dolphin. Because we tend to think, right, that we're sentient beings and we have an awareness and we have consciousness, we're conscious. Now, I like that. I'm not being disparaging of consciousness. We're all conscious beings, and that's wonderful. But I want us to think more about awareness. Because I think we get kind of turned around with the words. Sentience is actually described as a multi-dimensional subjective phenomenon that refers to the depth of awareness an individual possesses about himself, herself, and others. And I like all the definitions about sentience did include like a man and a woman, like a person. And I say no. Because we know, right, that awareness, well, that's one of my favorite songs, actually, from The Good, the Bad, and the Perfect. Thank you for that. That's so great. It actually goes right along with our talk today. So awareness, right? Awareness. We are conscious, yes. We are self-conscious and we are conscious beings. But awareness, right? Because we are knowing now that trees have awareness. I don't know if in Dr. Ernest Holmes' time they thought about trees having awareness, but we actually know now that tree root systems go throughout the forest floor. And I personally believe that when I'm on my walk every morning throughout Canyon Lake, that the trees a half a mile away are saying, "Yay, Charlene is coming." I can feel her footsteps. I know her weight. I know her gait. She's at 14 minutes and 30 seconds right now. They know that I am coming. I believe that. They have an awareness. Now, it doesn't look like my awareness. It doesn't look like the dolphin's awareness, but it is an awareness. And it's brilliant. Just recently, there was a great, which made me happy and sad at the same time, but that's for another day. There was an elephant in its enclosure. Little 2-year-old cutie pie little thing. Took off his flip-flop and hucked it right into the elephant enclosure. And of course, the parents are like, ah! The elephant lumbers over, scoops up the flip-flop, lumbers back over to the edge of the enclosure and hands it right to the kid. Elephant doesn't look like me. Doesn't have the same brain structure that I have exactly. But that's awareness. That's beingness. That's consciousness. It's there. I can't pretend that I don't see that. Lights respond, right? We know that plants respond to light. They respond to touch. They respond to talk. If you speak to a plant, it grows towards you. You take care of them, they bloom. Water, there's famous studies on water. Freeze it. They talked very disparagingly and mean. I was telling my wife Susie, I'm like, I can't even be part of that experiment. Because I can't talk meanly to water. I just can't even try to talk meanly to my plants, right? But they did. They said, they had a script and they said, that, you're very not nice things to one set of water, and then loving and beautiful statements to another set of waters. They froze them. The beautiful, loving affirmation water formed beautiful sacred geometry. Gorgeous. Organized. You could see the love, like you could see it. And the water that was spoken to disparagingly was fractured. No sacred geometry. I can't deny when science, that's why I love being a religious scientist, because we are scientists in a way. I love it when it's proven to me. And I can't pretend that I don't know anymore. I know now. I can see it. And so what did, Dr. Ernest Holmes said, right? Does this measure up the truth? Stop, look, listen, be thinking. Think about it. And then move on it. Because there is awareness in nature. Might be really slow, like a rock. Might be really fast, like the fastest falcon. But it's there. All right, we ready? We're going to go to part 2. We ready for this one? Because this one, we're going to go right into our DNA. And I want you to hang with me. Because it's DNA and it's mathy, but we're going to do it. So we're going to talk about the God code. No one ever has to worry about that with me. So don't freak out. Just turn your phone off. It's totally fine. We're all moving through it. Okay, we're going to go with the God code, okay? So the God code was written by Greg Braden, and it starts kind of like a joke. A rabbi, a priest, and a scientist all walked into a bar. They really did. They were at a convention. Okay? They were at a convention. And a rabbi, a priest, and a scientist went into the lounge after all the festive, you're at your conference all day, and you're like, I need to relax. And they all sat around at a table and started talking. And the God code was born. So I have to read it because I don't want to screw this up, okay? So, deep, deep wisdom from Kabbalah, from the Jewish texts way, way back. They believe that 22 letters formed the entire universe, formed all that has been formed, all that is formed, and all that will be formed. Each letter has a corresponding number assigned to it. Way, way back, right? We're talking millennia. So what they found out, the priest, the rabbi, and the scientist, when they started thinking about it, is that the correlated Hebrew alphabet to the timeless name of Spirit, which was given the letters YHVH. YHVH was the timeless Hebrew name of God. I am that I am. They didn't even like to name God because God really, I think all of us can say here, really God cannot be named. Right? We ascribe a name to it, but it's that which cannot be claimed by a word. The timeless name of Spirit was YHVH, and now we have learned that the number assigned to those Hebrew letters corresponds with hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. Coincidence? I don't think so. essentially, right, all form, all matter is made up of hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen. That's God stuff. The timeless name of man was altered a little bit. YHVG. G corresponds with carbon. Folks, that's what makes all of this possible. Carbon is the individualizer of all life. Carbon. So, from the Kabbalah, the timeless name of God, the timeless name of man, equates to God stuff. So God is hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen. Man is hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon. And those elements make up our DNA. Those are the baseline elements that create our DNA. So what does that mean? We are God.
Yep.
It is in our DNA. And it's in everything else's DNA too. We are God. At the core of our being, we are God. And it doesn't matter if it's the smallest atom or the largest universe. Those are still the same elements in them. So we are God, made manifest. And all of the major faith traditions support this. The timeless name of God is in Islamic, Jewish, and Christian faith traditions. They all use basically the same YHVH. It just cannot be a coincidence. It cannot be. In the God code, they talk about the actual math about what the percentage, what it would be if that, like winning the lottery. And it's like crazy. So, we are really God. And I think we know that, right? We do know it as good religious scientists. But I love when science says, yeah, you really are God. Down to your molecular structure. And so what's on the screen now?
Got it.
Okay, let's go do another animal. What's up there now? God. Has DNA, right? It's made up of elements, right? We are all made in the image and likeness of God. When that statement in the old text was made, it has a new meaning for me now. We are made in the image and likeness of God. Nitrogen, hydrogen, carbon, oxygen. We are. Might not be a man or a woman, right? But it's element. It's element. And it's reflected in the universe at the core elements. God everywhere. In all life form. So is it possible that we can be open at the top and we can think to ourselves that God is in the very, 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 very smallest and the largest that we can imagine? That's God. So what do we do with that information? My charge to us today is that we take it a little bit further. So CSL, as a parent organization, our mission is to create a world that works for everyone. I would like us to think that we can create a world that works for everything, not just one thing. All the animals, all the plants, all the minerals, all the elements, that we can work in partnership, cooperation, love. Because it's in Science of Mind and Spirit, we believe in this faith tradition that God is love. The driver is love. The impetus is love. Love, 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 expressing itself, creating more of itself. And so if that's true, then that's true for everything. Now it's easy with animals for me. Trees I love my trees. It's easy with animals. It gets a lot harder with people. I'm just saying. I honestly don't know. I was trying to think about any other species who has as much trouble as we do. Honestly, I don't see What's another, what?
Blue dragons.
Blue dragons. I don't see blue dragons going around hating on each other. I just don't.
Don't even see with that.
We tend to do that with our enlightenment. Right? We think we're so smart. Are we? I'd just like us to consider that maybe nature has something to show us at every moment. I believe that every human problem that we have created for ourselves can be solved through nature. I believe it. Right here in Marietta, there's a lab that's studying this little tiny cutesy crab. I tried to look for it. I couldn't find it. It's a little tiny crab. It has the strongest snapping velocity of I think, any creature we know to date that we have studied. It has the strongest snap. And so this lab is looking at that in ways to mirror that mechanism that this crab so brilliantly and inherently just knows, and use it for our use it for our good. And I think that's possible. I think we can create a world where that is our go-to. And we just look to nature. It's already solved. Because we cannot outguess God. There are as many choices to any problem that we have as we can think of. And beyond, because my thinking is limited, right? I only know what I know. God's thinking is transcendent. So I'm asking that we remember that we are literally, physically, in our bones, we are love. Walking around, having a good time with each other. I ask that we look at every tree as a unique being. Because it blows my mind that all of us are unique. Even twins, even identical twins are unique. Every tree is unique. Every animal is unique. There's never going to be another one of those blue dragons again. There's never going to be another me again. We tend to group together, right, as little tribes, but we're really just unique individual beings, and so is everything else. It's fascinating to me. Fascinating. Albert Einstein has this quote, which I like. I think he is a mystic. He is a mathematician and a physicist, but he's also he's a plain out mystic. And he says, everyone is a genius. But if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it's stupid. Right? They don't move like me. Doesn't mean they're less than me. They just move differently. And I don't go around judging trees. Ram Dass is my hero, and he says, imagine everybody has a tree. Because I don't look at a tree and go, why did it grow that way? Why is its color that way? I don't think that at all. I just look at a tree and go, oh, it's so beautiful. We tend to label things. So what can we do, right? So the mystics knew this. The indigenous knew this. I understand that we have a footprint here on this plane of existence. We do. We have to live. We have to live. But what can we do to walk a little more gently, right? Can we bless our food? Can we bless the water that we're going to drink? Can we bless when we're in the shower? Bless the water. That's a powerful practice. Because when you bless the water, it goes on forever. Water is a closed system. Doesn't travel off into space somewhere and leave us. It's a closed, looped system. Never leaves. Sometimes it's relaxing. I have a joke. Water frozen on a mountaintop is relaxing. It's taking a vacation. Doesn't have to do anything, just sits there. Right? But water is continually circulating. And so when you bless the water, you bless it forever. With everyone it touches. Everything it touches gets your blessing. So how can we just move a little bit more fluidly and gently on this plane of existence? And I look forward to hearing, I hope, the thoughts that come in about what you might do differently. For me, I love all bugs except maggots. I swear. I made a commitment this morning.
Love your man.
I'm going to lovingly repurpose them somewhere else rather than squash them. Because that's awareness, that's consciousness in that, and that being. We can bless our food. We can be grateful for all the hands and the hearts that brought it to this table for the nourishment of my body. I cannot waste it. I can help another human being. I cannot walk by. I can stop. Even if I don't have money to give, I can stop and chat and connect and make a difference. Oh, I think I skipped a quote. Can we go back? Did I skip it? Yes. It's on there? Okay, I love that quote from Buckmaster. Okay, let's read this. Okay, thank you, Ted. I'm all over the place. Okay, so Buckmaster Fuller says this. Never forget that you are one of a kind. That if there weren't any need for you in all your uniqueness to be on this earth, you wouldn't be here. Never forget, no matter how overwhelming life's challenges seem to be, that one person can make a difference in the world. In fact, it's because one person that all the changes that matter in the world come about. Be that one person. We are all that one person. We make a difference. We matter. St. Francis, this is one of my favorite quotes. St. Francis of Assisi says this, a cat purring on your lap is more healing than any drug in the world, as the vibrations you're receiving are of pure love and contentment. A cat purring on your lap. He knew way back. So I hope we stay open at the top, because life can look differently on this planet by one person making a difference. And when we know better, it's our responsibility to do better. Sorry, folks, you heard it. It's in there. Can't unthink it now. It's in there. Reverend Christian Sorensen says this, when you live in alignment with your soul, loving who you truly are, you will bring your realization back into the oneness with people, the planet, and the universe. You'll live knowing an internal peace and be a loving difference maker on the planet. The day when science and spirituality walk hand in hand, being a difference maker on the planet. It's possible. I believe it. And I know we can do it together. So there's a small video that I want to show you about this. Okay? It's just like 1 minute and 25 seconds. And it's about nature, people, and technology, because I know sometimes I'm a little afraid of technology, working together to create a balanced and bountiful life. Ted? I think she's hit play.
Dear Alice, this place is yours now. It's a handful, but nothing worth doing is easy. The land is more than just dirt. If you look after it,
those who come behind us. Recognize consciousness in everything, even the rock, the elements, the minerals, because that consciousness is in us. God, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, it's in us. It makes up this entire universe. And God, as consciousness, is embedded in all of it. So my hope is that you just take this into your hearts and your minds and you walk a little more gently, maybe with a little more gratitude, and maybe make one change in your life that will plant a seed for future generations. I love you, and so it is. Thank you. I'm call up White Feather for his second offering. Enjoy.
Second song I have for you today is a song called The Sacred Elk Tracks.
wonderful end cap to talking about nature, right? All right, so it is that time of our service where we call up our ushers, and Mike, yes, thank you, and Pat to accompany Mike. It's that time of service where we reflect and participate in the divine communion of intentional giving to this center. Your tithes and offerings are so appreciated. We're so grateful. It allows this community to do the great work that we are doing in offering education and community building, not only just for our members, but for the entire valley. So we are grateful for your offering. It allows us to be. And there are many ways to give. You can mail in a check. You can go to our website if you'd like and do an online tithe. We accept. We say yes. So I would just ask you to take your tithe, place it on your heart space, close the eyes, and just take a moment to realize that you are participating in the divine giving and receiving. How good it is to say yes to Spirit through this offering, to say yes to this center and to this community. And so with just great gratitude for these tithes, these blessings, these offerings, I just say thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. So please join me in the affirmation of abundance. Are you ready? All right. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now. A vibrant and happening place, and we have lots going on, so just wanted to give you some highlights of what is happening at the center. So today, right after service, we are doing a potluck luncheon, and we're offering, our diversity and inclusivity team is offering a beautiful event. We had it a few months ago. It's totally awesome. It's called Listening as an Act of Love. And it's a way to sit with one another, eat together, and hear our stories. It's a beautiful and unique way to get to know each other. It comes from StoryCorps, and after service, we're going to have a video with a little more information on it. It's like 3 minutes, so if you want to stay quickly after service, we'll tee it up. And it has the StoryCorps story of when they first did this activity and how it has grown and it has grown. That's how we connect, right? Through that authenticity, through that intimacy of hearing our stories, hearing those fun facts and little tidbits about us that we didn't know. And then we're connected on a deeper level. So I hope you stay and enjoy and involve yourself in that. We are also looking right now for the team that will be working on the process of finding our new minister. They are coming. And so if you're interested in being a part of that co-creation process, it's creating a profile and a video about our community. This information gets posted to the CSL Minister website, and that's how we promote and talk about our community and who we are calling in, what we want. So if you're interested in joining that committee, please see our board president, Pat Clark, or Reverend Sharon Hudson. They are searching for candidates right now. Our book study is ongoing and meeting on 10 a.m. on Wednesdays. They're reading the book, The Gift of Years, Growing Older Gracefully, I like that, by Joan Christier. We'll bring that up. If you'd like to join the group, please contact practitioner Ann Woodward or Julie Nims, and they can get you the Zoom link and you can participate. Our community connection is still happening on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. It's online, it's on Zoom. It's headed up by our practitioner emeritus, Julie Nims, and you can find the Zoom link on the website. It's a great way at 7 o'clock on a Wednesday night to talk about what we did here on a Sunday or what's happening in your life, what's up with Julie Nims, practitioner Julie Nims. Sacred service is a joy. Looking for ways to lean in. We have volunteer opportunities for the Sunshine Committee. They send birthday cards, they make calls, and provide community care. And we have a sign-up sheet. And we're also planning our youth program. We want the youth back in the center in a full way. So if you're interested in working on our education team with the youth, please see Reverend Sharon Hudson, see me. We'd love to have you as part of the team as we bring back youth in a more fuller way into our center. So I think that's all of our announcements. So as we begin to close our service, Junie, would you come up here with me? We're going to take a moment and pray. I wanted to point out too that we have practitioners who wear these beautiful stoles. That's how you can identify them. Years of training and service, and they are prayer professionals, and they would love to pray with you. So if there's anything up in your world, anything happen, you want more joy, more abundance, more good, because you've got a lot of it already, see a practitioner. Let's know more. So after service, find a practitioner, come up to you. Go and find
prayer practitioner, prayer practitioner.
So let's go with joy and song in our heart. We can go into prayer. So I'd ask that you close your eyes or just be still. Take that deep breath of awareness. And we come together in consciousness right here, right now, knowing the truth, remembering the truth. That God is the great revealer of life. It is elemental. It is the foundation of everything on this plane of existence and every other plane. God revealing itself as love. And so I know that I am this love made manifest. We are this love made manifest. In our very DNA, we are God expressing itself. And so as I know this, I claim that this love moves us and creates our life. And so I know that if there is any aspect, any challenge, that we can just move within and remember God, love as our DNA. We have everything we need at the center of our being. We don't have to look outside of ourselves. We merely have to go within, be still, and know. And so I know love expressing, I know awareness expressing. I know abundance and joy and peace. I know that this is truly our life experience. And so I know we stop, we look, and we listen for that guidance, for that wonder, for it is all around us at every moment. And so with great gratitude for this awareness, for this knowing, for this remembering, I say thank you, thank you. And so I place these words in